Please do be seated. Before the ceremony begins, may I please ask that if you have a mobile telephone, you either switch it off or switch it to silent now so as not to disturb those around you. As Secretary and Clerk, it is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all here to this evening's graduation ceremony, and we extend a particular welcome to colleagues from Harrods and Regents. Graduation ceremonies follow a tradition that began in the 15th century and which has evolved since. Roughly translated, graduation means taking a step, and graduation symbolizes the move of the former student, now called a graduand, into a new role in wider society as a graduate, there to use the talents developed as a member of this academic society. Each graduand will cross the stage and shake hands with the Vice-Chancellor to symbolize their transition to this new role, and we will applaud them for their success so far and in anticipation of their contribution to society in the future. At the end of the ceremony, the Vice-Chancellor will formally admit all those who have crossed the stage, symbolizing that each and every graduate is now incorporated into the community of scholars. As new members of this community, as the academic procession leaves the stage, the new graduates will join the procession, and that will conclude the proceedings. During the ceremony, those graduating with higher degrees will have their hood placed on them by the Vice-Chancellor to mark that they have attained the very highest levels of academic achievement. It is now time to begin our formal proceedings, and so I hereby declare the ceremony to be in session and call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Professor Michael Thorne, to address you. Vice-Chancellor.
Honorary graduand, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to welcome you all here today to join in this special day, a day in which we celebrate your achievements, the class of 2010. No, 2012. Thanks to London hosting what the world seems to acknowledge as the best Olympic and Paralympic Games in living memory, we're all so much more aware of the dedication, rigour and vigour which goes into sporting excellence. But perhaps fewer people realise that the journey here, from newly arrived student to the threshold of a graduate or postgraduate career, requires similar determination and resilience, and just the same support from those around you, families and friends. Graduation ceremonies like this provide an opportunity to acknowledge that support from everyone connected with your achievements and with your success. Let me give you just a taste of how successful Anglia Rusking students have been this year, and with whom better to begin than BA Performing Arts student Alicia Morton, who danced in the opening ceremony of this summer's Olympic Games, and a sports coaching student, Danny Williams, who competed with the British judo team. The prestigious Macmillan Prize for Children's Picture Book Illustration has been won for the third successive year by a student studying on our MA in Children's Book Illustration. Creative Writing graduate Caddy Benyon has won the Crashaw Prize for Poetry for her collection, Milk Fever. And despite being only 2/3 of the way through his BA in Computer Games and Visual Effects, James Avery is already making a name for himself in gaming. Having been headhunted by Cambridge-based gaming company Frontier Developments last year, James has just seen the release of his first video game, Kinect Disneyland Adventures, a collaboration with Microsoft Game Studios and Disney. In the IBM University's Business Challenge, the leading business simulation competition in the UK, the winning team was from our business school, who beat off competition from 304 teams from 73 UK universities. Dr. Mohammed Izzuddin Herol, who completed a PhD in the Department of Vision and Hearing Sciences in 2010, and who now works at the National University of Malaysia, has been named as Outstanding Young International Scientist by the Malaysian government. Liz Blaymeyer has won first prize in the Nursing and Midwifery student section of the Health Watch competition, which is aimed at promoting the critical appraisal of research and encouraging evidence-based practice. Our sports teams did well too. We are now the leading university in Great Britain for men's judo, having been British universities and colleges champions for the last 2 years. In rowing, we continue our rise up the tables and are now ahead of Birmingham, Manchester and University College London. As Anglia Rusking graduates, we know that you will be in great demand. The most recent statistics show that 89.6% of our students were in work or further study within 6 months of graduating. Remarkable figures in these troubled times. 4 out of 5 go into jobs classified as professional or managerial, with a median starting salary of £21,000. And the number of our students starting their own businesses is also increasing year on year. I have no doubt that our students' success in the world of work stems directly from our close relationships with such brands as Timberland, Specsavers, UPS, Harrods, Ridgeons, Volvo, Wilmot Dixon, Barclays Bank and the RAF, for all of whom we deliver degree-level programs in the workplace. We have 8 officially world-leading research areas. They are allied health professions and studies, geography and environmental studies, social work and social policy and administration, psychology, English language and literature, history, art and design, and music. Building on these magnificent achievements, our academic staff and their researchers and research students have also enjoyed a very successful year. Our postgraduate medical institute now offers 2 master's degrees in surgery and has established a clinical trials unit, which, in its first 6 months, has secured contracts with a number of the world's most well-known medical innovation companies worth more than £4 million. Professor Rupert Bourne of our Vision and Eye Research Unit is leading the Vision Loss Group for the World Health Organization's Global Burden of Diseases study, and is now working with the University of the West Indies in Trinidad and Tobago to conduct their first national eye survey in 80 years. In little more than a year, our Global Sustainability Institute, established from scratch by Dr. Alice Jones, has grown to a team of 15, with research income in excess of £1 million from central government, research councils, Europe, foundations, and business. This includes a major project on natural resource limits and their implications for the global economy, funded by the Door Charitable Trust. Here, in the east of England, we are leading the way to help companies utilise low-carbon technologies, managing a £7.6 million programme on behalf of the region, of which, to date, we are in receipt of more than 80% of the allocated funds, with more than 4 times as many projects as all the other universities in the region combined, representing for us 37 years' worth of knowledge exchange with local SMEs. Our business school continues work with the third sector, those organisations which are neither public nor private, but which are growing rapidly and which currently employ 750,000 people here in the UK. Our Business as Mutuals conference was attended not only by the Minister for Civil Society, Nick Hurd, but also by representatives from 200 third sector organisations. Thanks to a funding council grant, we are also helping staff and students to establish more third sector organisations. Departments from our Faculty of Health, Social Care and Education have joined with the Karolinska Institute in Sweden and academic institutions in 5 other European countries in a project which aims to develop an internet-based mental health promotion and suicide prevention program targeting young people aged 14 to 24 with funding provided by the Executive Agency for Health and Consumers. In work that could prove invaluable to crime scene investigators across the country, a group of our forensic scientists have shown that cat litter is the best possible material to help detect traces of petrol on hard surfaces such as concrete. Anglia Rusking University continues to gain prominence both nationally and internationally. Compared to the last decade, today we have more research students than ever, more research income than ever. We earn more money from the work we do for outside private and public sector organisations than ever. We have more postgraduate students than ever. And this September, following the massive government-initiated hike in fees, we have bucked the trend in England by admitting the largest number of UK full-time undergraduate students in our history, as well as our largest ever intake of overseas students. Now, before I close, I should like to take this opportunity to thank the members of the Board of Governors for their unstinting support and advice. But most importantly of all, I want to take this opportunity to offer my deepest thanks to the staff of Anglia Ruskin University, each of whom, directly or indirectly, has made an enormous contribution to your success. This year, we have record numbers of courses with 100% student satisfaction, and our student services team were voted the best in the country at a recent Times Higher Education Awards ceremony in London. Everyone in this room owes all our staff a huge debt of gratitude, and I think we should show our appreciation in the usual way. Finally, to all of you receiving degrees, diplomas and certificates today, remember today is but one stage of your education. You have a lifetime of learning ahead of you. Build on your success, seize new opportunities and broaden your horizons. You join a long line of distinguished alumni, which includes Chan Abraham, CEO of the Luminous Group, Oliver Baines of Blake, who won the Best New Album in the Classical Brits Awards in 2008, and who are now celebrating having sold more than 500,000 albums. Lynn Berry, until recently CEO of the WRVS, and now at the Canals and Rivers Trust. Manish Bhasin, who covers sport for the BBC. Charles Clarke, former chair of the Association of Chief Police. TV presenter Nick Crane of Coast, Mapman and Great British Journeys. Their honours Judge Margaret Fawcett and Judge Howard Kemp. Alexandra Pringle, editor-in-chief at the Bloomsbury Press. And Mark Wood, who until recently was deputy chairman of the commercial giant Paternoster and who has now moved to become CEO of the NSPCC in his retirement. We're very proud of you. Best wishes for your future careers wherever they take you. Do please keep in touch with us. Anglia Ruskin would not be the exciting, vibrant and ambitious community it is today without you. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice-Chancellor. We now come to the presentation of those receiving awards today to the Vice-Chancellor, and I call on Pro-Vice-Chancellor and Dean of Faculty, Professor Trevor Bolton, to read the names of those who will be presented from the Lord Ashcroft International Business School. Professor Bolton.
Vice-Chancellor, it is my pleasure to present to you the graduates from the Lord Ashcroft International Business School. For the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours, Business Studies, Monika Belowski-Lesniak. And the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Marketing, Gabriella Johnson. Carly Elizabeth Jane Malina. Sarah MacDonald. Dawn Courtney Thompson. And the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours in Sales, Ricardo Abelidi. Katie Brandreth Holmes. Massimo Cabertini. James Gorrit. Pascal Kesedian. And Jennifer Ludlow. And Shanice McMett. And Eva Olizoni. Samantha Poole. Oscar Stefanchak. This one first? No. And for the award of the University Diploma Teaching in the Lifelong Learning Sector, Anna Lucretia Reeden. And the award of Foundation Degree in the Arts Management Work-Based, Daniel Austin. George Bennett. Jason Blackmore. Jason Francis Deere. Benjamin Giddings. Hugh Guntrip. Carly Hammond. Francelina Marez Barreto Liston. Stephen Sinclair. And Adam Thompson. David Wade. Christopher John Walker. And Andrew Mark Wilson. And the award of Bachelor of Arts in Business Management, Sonia Ofeyoko. And Wajid Ali Ahmed. And Jade Marie Glanfield. Denai Del Real Mandenza. Konstantin Stefanov Monev. That one? And the award of Bachelor of Arts with Honours Business Management, Helen Rachel Arnott. Jared Benson. Paul Bloor. Adam James Bowen. Sarah Boylan. Victoria Bryce. And Sarandra Bacoli. and Danielle Butler. Lindsay Catherine Cattell. Yin Hang Jason Chan. Mark William Chapman. Jonathan Clay. Yasmin Adamandia Collard. And Craig Danes. Lindsay Field. Samuel Robert Field.